Hey there. So I'm going to show you real quick in Flinto how I made this loading animation. So I've already imported my sketch file and I'm in Flinto. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start by animating this loading icon here. And I just want that to spin 360 degrees. So I'm going to use the behavior editor in Flinto. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create, this kind of works like the transition editor, but you can create different transition or different states for that transition. And so in this new state here, I'm going to call this rotated. And I'm going to select my shape and rotate it 360 degrees. And you can see just by previewing, it's actually rotating already between the two. But I don't want it to be a spring timing. I want it to be classic, just linear. And probably 1-2 seconds is probably enough here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a link between these two. I don't want there to be any time between. I want them to immediately go between each other after the transition is done. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save and exit, and we'll preview that, and you'll see what it does. And it's actually weird because it's going to the next state and then going backwards again. We don't want that. We want to continue. So the trick there is you can go back to the behavior editor. And what you want to do is you want to select your shape. Here we go. And there's this little icon here which says skip animation. So on this rotated state, we want it to skip the animation when it goes back. So now when we preview that, you'll see it'll just keep going around and around and around. So the next thing is the loading line here. So we want this to transition across. And I've actually done a little trick here. You'll see I actually have two different versions of this line. One's a duplicate, and it's off here to the edge of the canvas. So what I'm going to make a behavior here with these two lines. And in this behavior, in the initial state, I want it to be there. And then in the moved state, I'm going to select both elements. And I'm just going to drag it over to the edge of the canvas. Perfect. Now what this is going to do, you can see here is from off canvas, it's moving. Now we want to do the same thing with the skip animation here, because we don't want it to slide back. We want it to look like it continuing. And you can see here. Oh, I forgot to make the links between the two in the behavior editor. Alright, save and exit, and then preview. There we go. Now it's a little fast, so you can change the timings or whatnot. I will show you one other tool that I use, is LiceCap, which has a terrible name, but is great for recording GIFs. And that's, again, it's LICECAP. Alright, thanks.